Hey there, and welcome back. Alright. This is kind of an impromptu video. Not gonna be your typical adventure, not my normal hikes, not my normal camping. I'm out here up in the Sandias. Went up the backside of the Sandia. It's a Wednesday, which normally I work on Wednesdays, so it's kind of weird having a Wednesday off. Nice, just weird. But there's like nobody out here, which is really nice. It's quiet, it's peaceful. As you can hear in the background, running water from the creek. I'm at a picnic area. Don't remember the name of it. This video is... Alright, let's just be real. Coming to an end on season 2. Had a lot of fun adventures and camping trips for this season. It didn't start out as great of a year as I thought it would. Well, year being season, because it was already partway through the year when I started season 2. My Uncle Bones passed away, as you saw in the season 2 intro video. I'm currently working on, kind of trying to keep working on, procrastinating pretty badly, on the very last video of season 2. The last video for season 2 is the dunes. Glamis, the Imperial Sand Dunes. Why do you ask, is this video so hard for me to get done? I think I've figured out why I've been procrastinating working on it so much. Most times when it comes to video editing, I just plug in the things, I go through the clips, I edit the colors, and just jam through a video. It's really easy. I've gotten really quick at video editing. I'm proud of myself for that. However, this video, not this one, but season 2, Dunes, has taken me a lot longer. Granted, there is a lot more footage. However, I just kept coming up with things to do around the house instead of editing. And normally I don't procrastinate that bad, and I just couldn't figure it out. Didn't really think about it that hard. I just figured, oh, I'm just not feeling it. Just not feeling it. Well, a good friend of mine, I've been friends with him since high school, called me up randomly. I had talked to him for a bit, and we started chatting, catching up. And I was talking to him about how I'm procrastinating on the video and what the video is. And he made a fair point. He asked me if I was procrastinating because it's a dedicated video, and it's a video of us going to Glamis to partially do my Uncle Bones' memorial. It hasn't been a full year. It's been 9 months since he passed. And for the most part, I'm pretty okay. I mean, granted, I miss him all the time. I don't fall apart though, thinking about it, which is good. And I can talk about him without crying anymore, which is also good. I'm not a huge fan of crying. I'm what you would call a ugly crier. Yeah. So I don't like crying. I'm not a fan of it. One, it makes your eyes puffy, your nose starts running, then you gotta blow your nose, and it's just like, ugh. 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 It's not a bad thing to cry. I just personally don't like to. So it is improvement that I can talk about him without crying now. So my buddy, who was talking to me, pointed out that maybe the reason I'm procrastinating on getting the Dunes video done is because it's a step closer to finalizing the saying goodbye. And he makes a fair point. I thought I was a lot further along in the process of grieving. and that no problems. I think I was wrong. I think my buddy's right. We're doing the second half of Bones' memorial at the Cinders next month. He was kind of a migrational bird. He absolutely loved the dunes and the Cinders. The Cinders were his summer place, the dunes were his winter place. Which is fair, because the temperatures. The Cinders are up in Flagstaff, and they're just another fantastic spot to ride around on quads and dune buggies. Well, not dune buggies since they're in the Cinders. Cinder buggies. He was like a migrational bird, though. Those were his two all-time favorite spots. He went back and forth constantly. So we did our half memorial at the dunes in January. Now we're going to be doing the second half in the Cinders in June. I miss him. I miss him a lot. He used to randomly go on adventures on his motorcycle and just ride across states. He went up to Oregon a lot in the last couple years, visit family. And he would just always send me random photos of places he was stopping. There's a giant fly on top of a roof at one point. Old cop cars. Just beautiful landscapes. Him on the chopper, hanging out. I dedicated season 2 to my Uncle Bones. Since we're coming to an end on season 2, I feel like I should tell you about my Uncle Bones. His real name wasn't Bones. His real name was James. He got the nickname Bones from what he told me when he was a kid. He was just really skinny and couldn't put on weight to save his life. And so his family started nicknaming him Bones. Obviously, it didn't stay that way. He gained weight later in the future. But Bones just stuck. Everybody knew him as Bones. For me, Uncle Bones. He didn't always act like it, but he was incredibly smart. Had an IQ that was just purposely hidden. And when I say purposely hidden, he didn't really let anyone know how smart he was. I think he also had a hard time accepting that he was smarter than he thought he was. He was dyslexic, but that didn't stop him. Sure, he wasn't great in school from what he told me, but the common sense and just natural skills came easy to him. He ended up becoming an electrician, owned his own company, which, I'm sorry, but if you own your own company and you're an electrician, you obviously have to have some brains. He just didn't like to act like it. He purposely would act crazy around people. I think it was to give him a laugh, but I don't know. There were parties, he would post these parties on Christmas and stuff. And I remember one Christmas party, he went up to me on the side and he's like, "Don't worry, I'm not really drunk. I had one drink. I just gotta make him think I'm drunk." He liked to just be the life of the party. He was the life of the party. Any party you were at that Bones was there, he was the life of the party. The loudest laugh, the biggest excitement, just having a blast. Wanted everybody having fun. That was his goal. And for him, family was more than blood. He's not biologically my uncle. He's my dad's best friend. Was my dad's best friend. He'd been around since I was 9, 10, I think is when we met him. When we moved to Arizona. And him and my dad just became friends. Closest buddies. He didn't really give my dad a choice. He really liked my dad, and even if my dad was busy working, that didn't stop Bones from popping in and saying hi and calling him all the time. It was great. They were such good friends that they have coffee mugs with a picture of them on it, having coffee in the morning on their coffee mug. Those kind of friends. We lived next door to him for a little while, and we even knocked down the back fence so that we could go back and forth between each other's backyards. If that's not a best friend, I don't know what is. He used to host every Tuesday when I was growing up, family night. He would have a barbecue going, he had a makeshift bar in his house, tons of friends would come over, bring food, we'd be making food, and it was just good times. And it was family night, because family is also your friends that you choose to be family, not just your blood. He was there through many, many years, many hard times, but he was there, which is why he's my Uncle Bones. He helped raise me, as crazy of a person as he was. He's actually part of why I learned electrical stuff and got into lighting before COVID. I used to get grounded occasionally, and so my punishment, since my dad would be at work, I would go to work with Bones, and he got to start teaching me the basics of electric work. I'd learned some from the Magic School Bus, but he taught me the extra, and I really enjoyed it. I think that's part of why I really liked electrical work for the theater. He also taught me my basic plumbing when we had to do plumbing work in his front yard. I learned my basic plumbing from him. He taught me how to shoot. He would take me in the backyard. Apparently I'm a natural shot. He was all excited about it. Would take me to the gun range here and there. Taught me how to make my own ammunition. Taught me how to just laugh. My dad was a bit of a workaholic, and things weren't amazing. And when you're a teenager, you know, you're going through hormones and tough times, and let's face it, I wasn't a normal kid. I was definitely a little bit more of a strange kid. Didn't really fit in fully with a lot of groups. And I think because of that, he bonded with me more because he kind of didn't fit in with a lot of groups. So he was just there to talk to me, make jokes with me. He was there through multiple breakups for me while I was growing up. He used to always remind me that boys were stupid, didn't need them. But they weren't good enough for me anyway. Life would get tricky and he would remind me, what do you do when life gets hard? You party harder. And that's not saying just like drown it out. It's, you know, even if life gets tough, you can still enjoy life and have a good time. You still gotta have fun. So when life gets hard, you just party harder. You find the reasons to party and have fun. That was like the main thing he would always remind me. And every phone call, every time we saw each other as I was growing up. Remember, what do you do when life gets hard? Party harder. I had a really hard time saying I love you when I was growing up. And so, for a while, I didn't say it, and instead I would say, I care for you deeply. He got the biggest kick out of that. He used to just love it. He purposely be like, I love you, and he'd wait for the response of, I care for you deeply. He knew I meant I love him, but he just got a huge kick out of the fact that I would say I care for you deeply. He thought it was great. Big into motors, loved camping, loved riding. He even did work on one of his quads once so that the exhaust would shoot flames out the back. When we were out in Glamis, he was going up the hills and you just see fire shooting out the back of the exhaust pipe. Just ripping up the side of the mountain. Well, not really mountain, but sand dune. He was that guy. You couldn't miss him at a party or a crowd. He wouldn't let you. It's weird not getting texts from him anymore. It's weird not getting the random photos of places he's going to. Christmas was a little hard. He would always show up at my dad's on Christmas. When I was on tour, I got to call him, and he was always asking me, "Where are you at? What are you doing now?" I think that's part of that sucks a lot more is as you grow up, you know, you move away for college, you don't see your family as much. So I didn't get to see him as much in the last few years. So that, you know, like salt in the wound. Because I was also on tour before COVID, so I wasn't home much. And then COVID happened. So everyone went into seclusion, including him. He went and took his trailer up into the mountains and hid out in his trailer. He would do that. But he would call constantly, call my dad, you know, call me, see where I was at, what I was doing. We had made plans to see each other at Christmas when I was coming home. And then life happened. And I got that phone call from my dad. So Christmas came. It wasn't the same. A lot of things, obviously, things don't stay the same, they change. It's just part of life. What you think will be a constant today, in a year, 2 years, 3 years, it just changes. And that's just part of life. And that's okay. Because that's just it. It's part of life. Just part of the experience, part of growing, part of moving forward. Do I wish I could have seen him more often? Yeah. Oh yeah. But I can't change it. Can't go back in time. Oh, if only we could. I have one picture of me and him from the gun range when I was in middle school, when he would take me out shooting. He really wanted to try and get me into the shooting Olympics for a long time because he was excited about me being a natural shot. Couldn't afford it, so it didn't happen. But he gave me a picture of us from the range as a gift one year, and I still have that photo. And then I have a photo from my college graduation of me and him. It's not the best photo. But I found my old tapes, and it dawned on me, there's probably camping trips on there. And sure enough, there's footage from the Cinders and the dunes. I was still a kid, didn't really know anything about filming anything. When you're a kid, you also don't think about, oh, do I want these memories later? Should I be paying attention to people? So I don't have that much footage of him, but I have a few little clips here and there. So I'll share those with you. I wish I had more. My dad has a lot more photos, obviously. But I only have what I have to share with you. I was given some photos from my stepmom and my dad as well of Bones, so I could share some more of those, and just so that I have them myself. He was a character. Just one of a kind. You'll never meet anyone else like him. Ever. He helped raise me. Helped me become who I am. And all my weirdness. And weird humor, which partially got from him and my dad. Really wish he was still here. To go on more camping trips. Watch more of my adventures. Send me more random photos. Call me at random times at random days. tell me about his random adventures out on the road on the chopper. And the random people he's made friends with. He made friends with everyone. Anywhere he went, he left with more friends. It's just how he was. I just wanted to share with you some of my Uncle Bones. And I hope you guys enjoyed this season as it comes to an end with one more episode. The episode dedicated, well, I mean, this episode's basically dedicated to him now too. But Dunes also, the last video of season 2. In his favorite place. It wasn't the same without him. It never will be. But it was still a good time with a lot of friends and good adventures, which you'll get to see in that video. And I have no apologies for the length of that video. There's a lot of footage. It's a longer video, and I have no apologies. Nope, no apologies. It's a good video. Even with the time. You'll either watch it all or you won't. It's fine. But with that being said, with that season 2 video being the last one coming up, we're wrapping it up. Time for a summer break to go do some more adventures. Got some trips planned, some camping locations picked. And yeah, we'll be back for season 3. More hiking and adventures. I'm not gonna ask if you like this video, hit the like button. It's more personal video, so I don't expect many people to really watch it and care. And I don't care if you like it. It's not for you. It's for me. To help me process. That's what my buddy said I should do. So it's partially for me, partially to share more memories of my uncle with you. Well, I'm gonna soak up some sun because I'm pretty white from the winter. I'm gonna do some reading and just relax and enjoy my day off up here on the mountain. Hope you guys enjoyed the Dunes video, and I hope you all enjoyed season 2, and I will catch you all on the next season. Later. Have a seat, kid. Pull the chairs.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
On camera?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Come here.
Hope Say doesn't fart. Well, can you smell it on that camera?
Way she hurts. Sadie.
She's into the bathroom.
Looking for something. What can I get? What can I get? There's things here. There's things. All kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff to see.
Where's the food? She's thinking. Where's the food at?
Alright.
Hootie, 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 hootie.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Measuring the toe.
Why?
Because it's supposed to be a certain place. So it's near straight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, just tell me when you're gonna go riding, okay?